table. That went to a 3-game set. We saw what Forza brought to the table, and that went to a 3-game set. So this has not been an easy road for Yakuza, yet for back-to-back, they only had one best-of-3 set. The rest have been, or the only one for Black Bulls, they swept them. So here against Yakuza, this is going to, for sure, be a tight one.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, they both have kind of a thing towards Black Bulls, if you will, which we just saw in that last matchup, Black Bulls, and they want to get to them. They want to meet them up again because Yakuza, having had formerly been kind of the Black Bulls, the new team formed based off of the one teammate that didn't further on with the old team under Yakuza, now called Black Bulls. So if you guys followed that, I know it's a lot to take in, but as you see, and then the Black Bulls, or the back-to-back, knocked Black Bulls down into the lower bracket. So they're all going to want to be meeting up with each other, but continuing on, obviously, to show everyone today who is the best in Guns of Boom.
Yeah, and I think that for Yakuza, yesterday we saw Optimus pop off. He got an unstoppable, I believe the only unstoppable we've seen this weekend. So that's going to be a tough member here against back-to-back.
Which is how many kills in a row? Bam!
Or 8.
Or something like that. It's a lot. I put you on the spot.
I actually forgot in my brain when you said it. I know it.
I know.
I'll figure it out.
Either way, it's amazing, and it's the highest streak. A lot of kills. It's the highest streak we've seen thus far, and it's amazing. And that I can't even imagine the points that compounded on top of each other. Like what? Almost 100.
Yeah, you're talking about a lot of points. So.
A lot of points for just staying alive and killing everybody. So with that, let's take a look at what are the map picks here and the bands.
What do we got?
What do we got?
Well, Atrium and Paradise Island, they're gone. And then we're going to Subway Station. We're going to Europe Square. So King of the Hill on the control point making an appearance here. Streets, Saloon, Complex, and Skyscrapers all taken out, which means what's left for us? Well, it's Military Warehouse. So all 3 game modes making an appearance in this series.
Yeah, again. Yeah. Yesterday we saw a lot of doubles, like 2 King of the Hills and a TDM, or a control point and 2 TDMs. We're seeing every single match thus far, every single game mode is chosen. Well, to be fair, what's happening is each team gets to choose a map, and then the remaining map is the one that just kind of falls in line.
Right, absolutely. And so now, again, you get to see the whole gamut here with this team. Yakuza has excelled in all 3 game modes. Back-to-back, they excel in all 3 game modes. So it just comes down to who can execute better, and it's going to be difficult. I mean, you're talking on the side of Yakuza. I already mentioned Optimus, but Goku as well has really popped off for this team. For Gonza and KM, Gonza had himself quite a series yesterday in their game earlier. So I'm excited to see this match get underway.
And here we go. Let's meet our matchup here and our teams. Back-to-back versus Yakuza.
And back-to-back, you see them there. John Wick, KM, Miggs, and Gonza. These guys have made it this far. Can they continue this run?
Yeah, let's see what they have to say in this little short video.
My brother started to play the game, and after he showed me the game, and it's not a bad game, I started to play more and more, and finally I love the game, and I play for months and months. My favorite map is Atrium. It's quite a small map. I play usual with Scout and Porcupine to go faster.
My best map is also Atrium because it's fast and intense. It's so fast.
Each of us likes speed. We all rush. Team play. It's very important in this game. If you all game gonna rush solo, gonna die each time.
You heard it there. Yes.
And we've been saying that.
You will die.
Don't go solo, you will die. Hey, the positive upside to that is you're not giving anybody maybe a killing spree in that one because you're not bunched up with your other teammates.
Yeah, but I mean, you're just feeding kills to the other teams. I know you're trying to pull positives here.
I'm trying to see the silver lining.
It's a very, very small lining, but back-to-back. Can they continue this run?
Yeah.
Their opponent, Yakuza, not going to make it easy. And for Goku, for Optimus, for J-Master, for Thanos, these guys, Thanos actually as well, he's kind of been really the strong arm of this team that we've seen for the most part. Optimus having a great series yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. Yakuza is who they're up against. Let's check out this clip.
This is the first time we see them. We see each other. We never see. And we all the time talk on Discord, on voice, and then we know what's going on, and like, you know, to see them here, it's like something else. Like, because we make it, because when we put in the group, all of us, we was like, okay, we are good. Let's keep with it. And in the end of the day, we're here. All the maps is the favorite. Yeah, I think Paradise, Saloon, Liquidator, and Procopine. But now it's like become the Avalancha, but still Procopine and Liquidator.
All right, here they are. Oh, that's really heartwarming. I love hearing stories like that, how they're really affected about being able to see each other in person and just knowing, because they've been playing together online for a while, it's like you get a sense of knowing each other, but then when you finally put a face to the name, it's just heartwarming.
There's nothing quite like it.
Yeah.
You're like, man, I feel like we're best friends, and now I'm actually meeting you for the first time. And
Right.
I love that, when the birth of an esports scene and you meet everybody, and you join that camaraderie, or if you will. You
Yeah.
feel that sense of togetherness, and this is exciting for Yakuza to be able to meet each other, and I like that. I like that they feel that, and they all feel great together. We've heard every single team so far say, like, I mean, this is either their first time in the United States, or they're like, just wanted to see the city, and like seeing all of our friends, we just want to hang out together, we just want to scrim together, we just
Yeah.
want to do everything. So
Yeah, because even though this is North America's first time in an offline environment, EU had their European Invitational, so they've got that experience there, but they, yes, we're still in Europe and didn't get to travel internationally, and here they are. So that's kind of what they're working with, is that travel, and then NA having been new on the offline scene. So it's been an interesting weekend so far.
it has been an interesting weekend, and this game right here, this match decides who goes to the grand finals of our Season 1 final here of Guns of Boom. We've finally gotten to this point, and both of these teams, I think, have made a strong case over the weekend about why they deserve to be there. And I know that a lot of people are really jonesing for that back-to-back Black Bulls rematch in the grand finals. Honestly, this might be our grand finals preview here in the upper final.
Yeah, possibly. So, I mean, it's just so much on the line here right now for everyone. I think everyone's just kind of trying to get in their mind space of this next matchup, because it is a double elimination bracket. So if you're knocked down to the lower bracket, if you do make it to the grand finals, you will have to win 2 best of 5s. Whereas one of these teams will get to move on and only have to worry about winning 1 set.
Yeah, you definitely want to win this game.
Yeah.
It puts you in the best position possible to be able to win the lion's share of that $120,000. Because again, that's what these players are fighting for up here. That's a lot of money.
What
would you do with that amount of money?
Well, let's see. I mean, with my first place share, gosh, I don't know. Maybe pay off the car.
Pay off the car. I like it. A lot of it's funny because you ask a lot of pros, they're like, I'd buy a car. But you're like, I'd pay off the car I have already. But that's a good choice. I think that I would do nothing with it. I would just keep it in the bank.
I was gonna say,
It would
well,
just sit there.
don't do nothing. Put it into something that's earning interest. Yeah.
Yeah, you can invest it. There's a lot of things you
Make
can
money
do
on the money you
with
just
that
made.
money. Or you could buy yourself a brand spanking new smartphone to be able
Hey.
to play Guns of Boom at the highest quality possible.
Yeah, absolutely. All the perks and all the accessories. You will not falter. That's literally the thing, right? You're like, what would you attribute your success to? Be like, that new phone I got.
I got that new phone. I look good. I feel good. So I'm going to play good. That is the mantra. And Yakuza back to back. Everyone getting set and just taking our time here as soon as we get into it. Oh, and I think that for back to back, again, if they win this game, you got to feel like it's because KM had popped off. If it's Yakuza, I gotta hand it to Thanos right now. I mean, Thanos had picked up so many multi-kills yesterday for his team. Optimus being that cover sniper on so many points and really just providing his team the kills for everything. And I think that that is going to be such a huge play on all of these maps. You don't get as much sniping on Subway Station, so that's going to be a difficult member for Optimus. But Optimus can play multiple roles, but that's where you see Thanos shine with the shotguns, with the close quarters. And then on the other maps as well, there's not really a ton of lanes to go by. You have Saloon, I believe, which is another map that is on the docket. Saloon has a couple of good sniping locations, but just because of the nature of King of the Hill, you don't get a ton of that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like you said, Subway, I will have to say, is one of my least favorite maps for the fact that literally all the fights just happen right in the center.
It's all shotguns.
Yeah, or if you're unlucky enough to be caught in a train, you're just a sitting duck in there if someone happens to see you. But, I mean, you have the cover of the train at least, but it's that pros through cons that you have to, weigh. So let's go ahead and actually, with that, jump into Subway Station, King of the Hill, right there, the map I was just speaking about. Let's see how the terrain serve them well, or will they not?
Yeah, and you see that northern line trying to get picked up at the train station. The subway, here we go. It's going to start immediately with back-to-back, trying to take the point. They actually cap it before, and Yakuza coming in with a bunch of kills. There is John Wick, triple kill early here for back-to-back.
Oh my gosh, that is a way you want to start. Look at these points. Already 165 points, 43. I mean, goodness, if you're back-to-back right now, you're feeling really good.
Oh, Optimus picking up the kill here against John Wick, trying to force his way through. He goes down. Now a 3v2 situation. That is deadly. There, Yakuza and KM picking up the kills. A 300 points here early here in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. My goodness, they need to slow down. Look at Yakuza just coming in, funneling in one by one, like you said, just giving away kills.
And Thanos actually picks up one there. J-Master on his way out did get another, but they're just aggressing forward. Thanos not even trying to go for that point capture, waiting for Yakuza to come in. Goku picking up that kill, saving Optimus, who took a nade to the face.
No.
But Yakuza are able to take control of the point. This is their chance to come back.
Wow, there were just some kills happening in the train. I saw you can utilize the tracks, the train moves, and you can use some tracks there. Just your head's poking out, your gun. Peekaboo.
Peekaboo, and that is how it's felt right now for Yakuza. Every time they turn a corner, there's a gun in their face.
Oh my goodness.
Running down the steps back to back, looking to take control back in the point. Thanos, he's trying to get it against Biggs, and he cannot. KM takes him out before he can get the kill, and again, they're just funneling in. Yakuza are giving them kills right now. Almost 700 points here. They're looking to stop game one.
I mean, and back-to-back right here, proving why they're number 2 in the game, and they're going to show everyone what's going on. I mean, they're just holding tight. Yakuza coming in, finally getting a squad wipe right there to be able to control the King of the Hill at this time. But how long will they be able to keep it is the thing. I mean, they need to stay alive so they can hold this point.
Yeah, they have to hold this from now on. They got to win multiple waves against back-to-back. They do pick up the kill. Mix now coming in with John Wick. He gets one kill. He gets 2 kills. And able to come back. Our back-to-back off the back of Mix. They take control of the point.
And there it is. I mean, you saw Yakuza, they were creeping back, but my goodness, Yakuza trying to break it down, and they were able to stay alive, but we've still got KM and Migs alive, and they are some slayers, and unfortunately go down to Thanos with a triple kill.
Triple kill for Thanos. KM actually got a triple kill as well, but look at this. We are 52 points away from victory, and they can't hold on to it. Another kill. Yakuza tries to do it on the backside. Goku comes in there trying to fly. KM grenade kill to win the game.
Oh my.
Back to back.
Goodness. Yakuza, they were looking so good right there at the end. They were getting those, the killing sprees were coming into play, but unfortunately, oh my goodness, back-to-back made it to 1,000 points before they were able to close that gap.
KM, 269 points. Again, back-to-back, they thrive when KM is popping off. They just are able to just snowball, and you saw that there was only 1 or 2 times Yakuza were actually able to really take control of the point, but then they were immediately snuffed out.
Oh my goodness, yes. Well, let's go ahead and send it back over to the analyst desk.
Unrelenting aggression, and I feel like almost nothing else. It was shotgun kills after shotgun kills, with all those multi-kills and all those points back to back. Smashed it from the beginning, and let's see where it goes on the second map.
I mean, it looked like it was also just a calculated aggression too, because they had the read on all the movements, that Yakuza were making. Every time they were coming back for the retake onto the point, they were able to just isolate out one opponent, moving together as a unit, take him out, and then take a 4v3 up against it. It was unheard of to see this kind of like read on an opponent.
They held both the point and they got all the kills, and it felt like a complete harmony. It was like a symphony of, I don't know, just like firefighting and moving around the map. It was awesome.
No, that's right. As you know, with Subway, it's such a narrow map, and using the snowball effect where you have 3 or 4 of you pushing around in so many different areas, it was unheard of. And don't get me wrong, Thanos did a few good plays where he was going on the tracks instead to try and pick him off spawn. But of course, with back-to-back, we spoke about their comms, and no one really called it out to say that Thanos was behind them quite a lot, but that didn't really seem to matter. They were picking them off left, right, and center.
Yes, and I think like no much sniping was done. This map, is all about aggression, and if you are willing to take the courage and just push and keep the point, then you get all of the points.
Yeah, I've actually seen that with Thanos that was set up at the beginning, had a free kills, secured a point, and from there, there was just snowball effect. I also want to mention that Thanos, we've seen him going aggressive, extremely aggressive, like at the exit of the spawn of the other team. That way, he can make a bit of damage, slow them down, and eventually, that got them the win as well.
And now, I mean, looking forward to map number 2. What do you do? What do you do if you're Yakuza and you're already down at this point? It was a 300-point deficit to end out that map. At some point, you have to get that mental reset just to get it back into map number 2.
What's the second map again?
I'm actually not too sure.
I'm not too sure, too.
I don't have it written down.
So we'll figure it out, guys. So
Europe Square.
Europe Square.
Europe Square.
Of course,
Yeah.
always.
I'm telepathic.
If
I
it's
just figured it out,
control
yeah.
points, I feel that in that case, Yakuza has quite a good chance to come back because back-to-back are strongest in head-to-head fights. So if they have the control points on their second choice, I think they will need to maneuver a lot. And if they have to fight them head-on again, well, I think they need to pull out some sort of a cool trick like they had before.
Yeah, I mean, do we see something similar to what we saw in the last match where you rushed that point B?
That's right. You know, it's quite hard because you've got to remember, with the Yakuza team, it's their first event, so they might struggle a little bit to try and reset that mentality because that was a crushing defeat in that first game. But, you know, they are NA's last hope, but they do get a second chance if they do go down. But, of course, they would rather stay in that winner's bracket and get into the grand final through this route.
That is really important because you have to remember, we are back in the upper bracket. If you move on to the upper bracket grand final, you do have that leisure, right? Where if you lose in that first series, you have another chance, right? You have the lifeline once again. And so it is such a huge thing. I mean, we saw it come into huge importance during the European Invitational, right? And you know, no strangers to that is back-to-back.
Yes, and let's see. I've seen John Wick and KM do some incredible damage, and let's see the stats on just how far ahead they are. And just look at that, 269 points, a whopping 44 points ahead of Thanos, the top player on the Yakuza team.
Yeah, that's right. And I said about Thanos before where he managed to get behind back-to-back on so many occasions, but it just wouldn't seem to be enough. KM was just going in hard every single moment. Now, that's why he's got one of the best kill-to-death ratios in the game.
All right, guys. Well, that's enough about map number 1. We got to move on to map number 2. Can Yakuza keep this alive up against back-to-back, or will back-to-back see another finals here? Now, casters, go ahead and take it back.
Woo! And we're back. We're ready to see what's going to happen with map number 2 on Europe Square. Control point. Ooh, spicy.
It is spicy.
It's a little bit more different, right? Because with the King of the Hill on Subway, everything was so compact in one little area. Now it's going to be spread out. So how are the teams going to fare?
Yeah, again, it comes down to being able to control that B point initially, winning that initial team fight. So you can either go grab C or A. We saw this earlier today with Hyped Up versus Black Bulls, where Hyped Up tried a different strategy where they tried to take A and tried that gamble to try to push onto B and win that next team fight. They couldn't do it, and as a result, Black Bulls had control of 2 points for the majority of the game. So I expect things to come back to, I expect it to regress to normalcy here, and I think that you'll see both teams really try to take control of B first and try to win that first team fight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, B is huge. If you can really control that one, then that will shift in your favor absolutely, as well as those killing sprees. And we've got many capable parties on each of these teams to be able to pop off on those killing sprees.
Absolutely.
And more. Maybe we'll see another.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
But 1,200 points in 5 minutes. Europe Square, back-to-back, looking to move to the grand finals right here. And Yakuza just trying to fight for map 3.
All right, first push. We've already got 2 from back on the hill. But Thanos, oh my goodness, he comes and he spills that first blood, and KM responds and says, you know,
And that
this is
first
our
blood,
hill.
that first blood does give you the 2 extra points. There's KM picking up another kill. John Wick and Miggs also getting those kills. You see back-to-back, able to take control of the points, grabbing another one here. They have an early lead against Yakuza.
Absolutely. I mean, you've got to grab as many points as possible, of course. 2 at a time over the 1 on your enemy players. Oh my goodness, will absolutely net you so many more kills. Optimus on a triple kill spree.
Yeah, and he's going to grab this A point alone after putting that on top, and then he gets knocked out on the backside on C as Yakuza tried to take control. Yakuza took the lead, and they have it right now, picking up a bunch of kills. KM, he gets a double kill, trying to take control of B. He does. Coming quickly, J-Master tried to thwart him, and he gets KM, but a double kill for Gonza will put close of getting Yakuza back to the lead. A triple kill for Gonza. He got him with the grenade.
Oh my goodness, why are they doing this? I see them, they're just like funneling in and saying, here, just kill me, I'm all by myself. KM now a B with J-Master and taken out. Luckily, J-Master all solo on the B point. He needs a little help and guidance before back-to-back spawns back in. Oh goodness, here we go.
Thanos elsewhere got a double kill. Optimus picks up another one. It's back and forth right now here on Europe Square. Optimus able to cap B. It's a triple cap here for Yakuza. That's 6 points a second. And back-to-back, they're all over the place. No one able to cap anything right now for this team.
Where are they? They need to respawn and hurry their little booties over to the kill points. Yeah, you know. All right, body parts. There it is. See, they're finally getting a point back. They're going to need some kills. Oh, Optimus on a killing spree. This is not good for back-to-back.
It's still not without, it's still not impossible here. It's still a pretty tight lead that Yakuza are hanging on to, but as this time keeps ticking up, you see that 4 points and then getting more kills. Thanos, J-Master, Thanos get the double kill on the knife! And able to cap again. J-Master contesting back-to-back. Finally, Migs, he's looking to grab A. Gonza picking up and gets the revenge and the combo breaker. That's a lot of points to try to fight back into this, but you're talking about a 300-point deficit. John Wick on the B, goes down from J-Master. Gonza able to pick up the kill to keep the cap going on B.
And they're going to toss in some nades over on A. Optimus on a double kill. Oh my goodness, but go down the Gonza in the B point.
And now just kind of sitting there. Goku actually picked up the nade kill, tossing that over the stairs. John Wick, not a chance. And now 200 points away from forcing map 3. Back-to-back KM, he's by himself. That's dangerous spot to be in. Double kill for J-Master.
Oh my god, Yakuza, they're doing such an excellent job of landing their shots, staying alive, not giving any points to back-to-back, and nor are they even giving up any control.
It is too little too late here for back-to-back. Less than 50 points to go. Yakuza hanging on to the point. They're gonna win game 2.
There it is, and we are going to a map 3, everybody.
And Yakuza did such a great job. It didn't look good early. You saw back-to-back did a great job of shutting down the B push from Yakuza, but then Yakuza able to grab 1 point onto A, I believe, and then they were able to win the team fight on B, grab control back-to-back, then we're all out of sorts for the entire game.
Yeah.
Just kind of funneling in, and you saw KM, he tried to put the team on his back for a second. He picked up a double kill, but then it was immediately responded with another double kill. You saw the nade over the stairs to maintain control of the points, and I gotta tell you, Yakuza looked great on that map.
Yeah, they did an excellent job, my goodness. Let's hear what the analysts have to say over at the desk. Guys?
Whew, Yakuza, take it on enemy territory. They're up on Europe streets, our NA hopes, keeping it alive. I believed in NA all the time, guys.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did, especially earlier. as well.
How many Europe Square maps are we going to have today?
At least 10 more. At least 10 more, yeah.
10 more, yes.
Yeah.
But see, but it's all about holding the points. All about holding the points and control points. That's just so much points, so many points from the points themselves that you don't even need to go for the kills that much. But even though Yakuza managed to answer everything that back-to-back was lashing out at them in the first map, so I'm really not sure what we're gonna see in the third map.
Yeah, it was quite a separation, you know. You saw it back-to-back. They used that snowball effect so well on Subway, but it was a complete opposite end of the spectrum on that map. You saw when they're going for an A and C, they're always on their own, and you've got players like Optimus coming in, you know, willy-nilly, just going in and cleaning up every single time. And of course, Thanos with those perfect flanks every time as well. It just really shows that it could be depending on map picks here.
Yeah, I mean, those flanks, we got to see how effective they were. We do have the stats from the last map, and so let's go ahead and break it down. There we go. This time, Thanos wasn't at the end, but this is what happens when you have a team all cohesively moving together. It's a kind of, you know, top-heavy breakdown of the points. 208 for Optimus, J-Master at 178, and Thanos at 169, while Goku is at 87. But that does not mean he was not doing anything. He's got 8 assists on the board, so he is also contributing. He's just not getting the final blows.
Well, he's known as, sorry, I was going to say, he's known as one of those players, he's one of the biggest damage dealers in the game. So even though he doesn't get the kills, at least he prepares for Optimus or Thanos to do those cleanups. Because I mentioned before, you always had one member from back-to-back can A and C on their own each time, and they're always quite weak, thanks to Goku, of course, going in every time, getting much damage done before they go for that point, and Optimus and Thanos, of course, cleaning up.
KM didn't quite catch his footing this time around. He was in the lower. I rarely see him there, but I guess maybe the control points are really not his strong suit. But I'm very interested at which side are you biased towards today?
Yeah, of course I'm biased. I mean, I'm kind of rooting for back-to-back. But I got to give it to Yakuza on this one. Really felt like they were using their brains much more than they did last game. We had that setup where Optimus was looking at the A-bomb site, and he didn't let it go. The flag was his, he defended it, got the points, and I think he had like 208 points, which is almost half the points to win the side. So I'm still rooting for back-to-back, but I gotta give it to Yakuza that they fought well.
I mean, there's a lot of respect going around. All of our competitors just playing their hearts out right now. And for Yakuza and back-to-back, they are going to be, of course, here in the upper bracket. It's going to be the map 3 to decide who moves down to the lower bracket. We'll see who takes it. But to bring you the action, of course, our casters, once again, Lisa and Jorby, guys, go ahead and take it away.
Thanks, guys. We're back for an exciting map 3. It is a TDM round, and so this should be interesting because this is where we've seen a lot of the teams really go head-to-head, back and forth, and it's only come down to maybe a kill or just timing or the timer.
Yeah, you certainly feel that way, and it's crazy just because TDM is either a completely one-sided affair, or it, like you said, is point differential.
Yeah, at this
and
point,
one kill
I
makes
feel like
the difference.
yeah, I
so.
feel like a lot of people are really meeting each other at this point now.
But I do feel like back-to-back has the advantage here, and
Yeah.
I feel like they have the advantage because they have a guy called KM on their team. And KM, this is where he shines because, especially on Military Warehouse, you're able to peek corners and hide really fast. You can afford to kind of get a little crazy and roam a little bit, find a quick kill, and be able to get back to safety, get back to your team. And you see teams utilize that on Military Warehouse to find those quick peeks, get those quick kills. And KM, he's kind of the best, one of the best in the business at being able to do that. I think his team can definitely support him.
Yeah, absolutely. It should be interesting because, as you said, they have the experience. This is their second time offline, and this is the first time for Yakuza. But they do have the hype from that win of the last map. So we're hoping that that will take them into this third one, Military Warehouse, TDM. Let's go, everyone.
Getting into it very tight for Military Warehouse. And we are underway. Game number 3. Winner goes on to the grand finals. And Yakuza looking to complete the reverse sweep.
You see everybody taking their positions back to back, meeting them on that upper side. Thanos, oh my goodness, is he gonna start? He doesn't.
Migs gets the first blood. KM picks up Goku as well. Optimus only able to find one. Optimus found 2, so he gets the first double kill. KM trying to wrap around the backside, but Migs gets another kill here. So early, it's back-to-back with a 30-point lead.
Yeah, you know, and you see them actually really rushing in there, going in for those multi-kills. But I don't know, before we had seen people kind of being a little bit more reserved at the start or even throughout the game, and here they're just going at it. They're like, we're going for those multi-kills.
Yeah, Thanos got that grenade kill as well. John Wick and KM picking up J-Master and Optimus. Migs gets the kill on the Goku. Effectively a team wipe here against Yakuza, and they increase their lead.
Absolutely, 125. They are doubled the score of Yakuza right now. They are feeling pretty good. Oh my goodness, and an engagement right in the middle of the map.
And Gonza, he actually went down to J-Master, and the killing spree here for KM. He kills Thanos on his way out. KM gets a double kill. Goku trying to find him. KM now in danger against Goku, trying to pick up the kill. Gonza able to bail KM out.
What a wonderful support by Gonza. KM is so low in health right now. It does finally go down. They were able to get many kills right there with KM on the multi-kills.
Yeah, you got the value you needed out of him. And a grenade kill for Gonza. John Wick as well.
Woo!
And starting to increase the lead even more. Here over 100 points are back-to-back.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Okay, everyone looks like they're reset. They're gonna come back into battle. Here the fight's going down right here.
Optimus.
Gonza.
Gonna wrap it around, finds a shot, gets the kill here. And KM picking up another one for his team to get him over 300. KM, another kill against Optimus. Yakuza trying to push forward. Here's Goku. That's a dangerous nade. Actually hit off the pulse. And now KM pushing forward again, trying to find the peek. He found J-Master. He's battling against him there. Can he find the snipe? Looking for him. No one's going to peek. Trying to find the kill. Look at him work the way through. He goes down.
Thanos on the flank and was able to get that kill. And look at that. They take out KM, which is one of their aces, over on back-to-back. And they're making that push. They've got so much health. Here we go. We have back-to-back, though, with full health now. And we're just seeing bodies drop.
No, Migs, can he pick up the kill there? He does. And back-to-back are starting to run away with it. Trying to throw a nade on the backside. Optimus has a double kill. Fighting against KM. KM takes him out. Potential triple kill to get Yakuza back into this game. They have shortened the lead a little bit of back-to-back, but KM and Gonza on the backside. Gonza over the ramp, looking for that nade kill, trying to peek that corner, trying to get aggressive. He finds one. That was two, maybe no. He goes down to Thanos.
Oh my goodness. Yakuza needs to be very careful right here because back-to-back is very close to making that 500-point win mark. Look at this. Everyone's just resetting. Just like, hang on. Just hang tight right now.
And Yakuza doesn't have the health pools, can afford to back-to-back. They are full on health. They can push this and win the game right here. Goku fighting against John Wick. Can he find the kill? He got him once, but on the backside, Gonza gets a double nade kill, and they win the game. They move to the grand finals.
Back-to-back. There they are. Couldn't use the pun there because it wasn't a back-to-back win necessarily. But hey, I mean, if you want to count their last matchup they played, there we go. That's what it is.
Absolutely. And back-to-back went back-to-back, two back to go to the grand finals. And again, KM, 100 and whatever points, I believe it was like 190, by far and away the highest scorer on his team. 11-6, this guy just pops off in these TDM situations. He's so hard to stop. We saw him so many times. There was that sequence where he's behind the ramp and he's just taking away damage onto, he's basically 2v1 or 1v2ing, and he's winning that fight. He only got one kill out of it, but he did so much damage to the other guy that even when he went down, the rest of his team was able to clean it up. Such a clinical performance.
Yeah, absolutely. Those team supports coming in huge. So that is it for this matchup. Let's send it over to the analyst desk.
Thank you guys so much, and there we go. Back-to-back secure another grand finals, 2 events in a row.
Yes, they are back to it. And let's stop making jokes about back-to-back names. But
You've been standing too close to me. I'm rubbing off on you. Is what's going on.
So,
yeah.
but it is not over for Yakuza. They're going to the losers brackets. They're going to have their chance to maybe get another shot at fighting back-to-back. So, Yakuza fans or North American fans, don't lose your hope yet.
I mean, yeah, they do have to wait for the winners of our next match, which is going to be Israel versus the Black Bulls. But let's break down this match. We thought, after the performance on map number 1, that maybe back-to-back just close this out, but it went to map number 3 once again, which has basically been the story of this entire weekend.
That's right. Back-to-back weren't demoralized at all from that second game because both teams won their maps very comfortably. So this is going to be an interesting one. But you can see with back-to-back, they are the most comfortable on Military Warehouse for TDM out of all the other TDM maps. But the bad thing for Yakuza is the fact that they didn't have enough angles covered. And the amount of times I saw back-to-back just get flanked or collapsed every single time. So a couple of minor fixes there, and the game could have changed completely.
Yeah, I mean, it was great to see. We saw on the second map that KM didn't have the kind of performance that, we expected of him, but he bounced right on back. And like, how do you actually get your mindset after, losing a map to try and perform once again for the next one?
Kind of felt like they have a plan because military is one of my favorite maps because it allows space for long-range shots and shotguns a lot. And it really feels like in that map they had a plan in which they will push forward the enemy team to have the full control map, and then they will set up KM with his incredibly deadly shotgun to get the kills. And it feels like they stick to the plan, and they got it this way.
You got to stick to the plan. That's all you got to do, guys. Just stick to the plan. And it has been working out for them. That is why they are now in the grand finals. And they're that much closer to getting the lion's share, of course, of $120,000.
The cherry, right?
Sorry,
the cherry.
The cherry.
Yeah,
the cherry. I mean, it's more than cherry.
And they certainly don't only have the money in front of them. They have the support of the community because you can just hear the clapping, not dying long after they've just left.
At this point, back-to-back, they have made a lot of fans, definitely a fan of me, and their performance has really just been fantastic just to watch throughout the series. Now, this time, they get to play with a lot more comfort. Now, going into the upper brackets finals, into the grand finals, and you have that leeway where you could lose a series, it just gets reset, and you just play it all over again. Does that affect how you play in the grand finals?
Yes, it does. Just due to the fact that if you do come from the loser's side, there's a very good chance. I've seen it with a lot of teams that fatigue can hit you quite hard, and even though you may take the first series, you could say, that's when the fatigue kind of hits because the amount of games you've got to play and plow through throughout the entire thing. But back-to-back, they can relax a bit. They could actually watch the other teams now, how they play, what their favorite maps and game types could be, and maybe counter-strat some of their plays.
I really want to see on the personal performance who was the biggest star of that last map on the TDM. Let's go to the stats.
And these stats have been really great, and we'll see. Yep, it's KM, of course, leading the charge, 11 eliminations himself. But, you know, John Wick, we can't mention his contribution to that. While KM, you know, was part of 17 eliminations, John Wick was right there also with 16 himself.
Again, it's similar with Goku in that last map. He was one of the biggest damage dealers there, and sometimes it's quite hard because on a map like Near 2 Warehouse, it's like you mentioned actually, it's the fact that, you know, utility plays such a huge part because it's quite an open map, but of course, with the weaponry, there's so much you've got to use to actually trying to get some kind of map control.
Yeah, you gotta go for both the long range so you get some damage dealt, and then you want to go close range to finish the fights. And that's where KM excels, and you can see it on the scoreboard. They do just rocks, that's it. Get the shotgun, get the kills, get them up, and eventually the cherry.
All right, and if you want to run and gun like the best of them, of course, join our giveaway. Get into YouTube chat right now, and you have an opportunity to win the Odin gun.
Oh, and I'm going to sell it right. Odin is just amazing. The collimator scope makes the headshots so easy. It has a perk of slowing down opponent. It's one of the most comfortable ARs we have in the game.
All right, guys, and now we're going to go back to the lower bracket after this break. But when we do get back, it's a great matchup. It is going to be Israel Esports taking on Black Bulls. The winner will move on to take on Yakuza. This is the Guns of Boom Season 1 Finals.
John Wick trying to force his way through. He goes down. Now a 3v2 situation. That is deadly. There, Yakuza and KM picking up the kill. A 300 points here early here in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. My goodness, they need to slow down. And responds and says, you know,
And that first blood does give you the 2 extra points. There's KM picking up another kill. John Wick and Migs also getting those kills. You see back to back, able to take control of the points, grabbing another one right now for this team.
Where are they?
Picked up the nade kill, tossing that over the stairs. John Wick, not a chance. They can push this and win the game right here. Goku fighting against John Wick. Can he find the kill? He got him one, but